They're basically showing you masculine and feminine traits through these characters, and they get superpowers based on their energy, right? So if a dude is very masculine, he got masculine elemental powers. Saying, you see that on both sides. Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your bro, the God. Today I'm talking about the Fantastic Four. Why am I talking about the Fantastic? Because it's to piggyback off of the video where I talked about masculine and feminine elements and masculine and feminine traits in nature as they truly are. And a great description of this is in the Fantastic Four from a masculine side. So the creator of Fantastic Four is Stan Lee, who's a heterosexual male. Remember what I said about masculine and feminine energy when it comes to your gender and your sexual orientation. So you're gonna see that in the Fantastic Four, where it's like 75% masculine, 25% feminine. Just like how I talked about the energies for a masculine heterosexual male. Now, let's go into the characters. So first thing we got is Earth. Earth is the Thing. The Thing is a dude made of stone and shit, right? And he's big. He's strong, right? He's slow moving, but he's stoic. So he's stoic, he's structured, he's durable, and he's about defense. You feel me? And he's also very straightforward and headstrong. The way he speaks and stuff like that, he's not saying nothing subliminal, nothing too smart. He's very straightforward and straight on. So even the way he communicates is very masculine. Remember, Earth is a third dimensional evidence of masculine energy. So that's what he is basically describing. Next, we got the flame on dude, the fire guy. I forgot his name, but he says flame on when he turns on fire. So him. So remember the masculine traits of fire, right? Fire is passionate, fire is dominant, fire is fierce, fire is focused, fire is straightforward. Fire is also like, it shines, fire is energy, so fire is energetic. And this character expresses all these traits. This character, he is passionate, he is straightforward, he's like ready to attack, he is aggressive, he's youthful, he's young, he's energetic, and he's very flashy. So his character basically describes the masculine energy of fire. Then after that, we have the motherly figure, the invisible woman. Now remember what I said about earth, water, air, the moon and stuff like that. She has a lot of these traits. So she is the invisible woman, like I said. So she is discreet, subliminal, graceful. So a subliminal, like let's say a subliminal diss, a subliminal hit or something like that, is something that you don't see. It's not straightforward. You don't see it. It's not physical. Mainly, like, you see how she's the invisible woman. When she hits or fights people, they can't see her. Like, they don't see her at all. She gets invisible and she knocks dudes out. So it's kind of like how the feminine energy defends itself. You know what I'm saying? Also, she has like mental psychic powers. Like, she's able to put up force fields. She's able to move things with her mind and shit like that. It's like spiritual in a sense. What you can't see. She could stop things with a force that you can't see. She could protect with a force that you can't see. You can't see her when she hits you. Like I said, very feminine traits. And remember, she's like the mother figure of the comic book. So you see her being nurturing. She's a guide. She has high emotional intelligence. She's careful. She's cautious. She's affectionate, right? She's soft. She's submissive. You see all this when you read the comic books, watch the show, the movies, or whatever like that. She greatly describes these traits. Next, you got Mr. Fantastic, right? Mr. Fantastic is a more mature masculine figure. As a masculine person becomes more mature, right, we have to be more flexible. Mr. Fantastic's superpower is that he could stretch. He's very flexible. He's like basically like made of rubber and shit like that, right? So men, as we get older, we become more flexible. We become mature, we become more flexible. And the more flexible we become, the greater our reach is, right? So Mr. Fantastic, he could extend, and he's the father figure of the show. So he's mature, he's flexible, he's able to extend his reach. Also, he has a high IQ. IQ is a masculine trait. EQ is a feminine trait. The invisible woman, high EQ, Mr. Fantastic, high IQ. They're basically showing you masculine and feminine traits through these characters, and they get superpowers based on their energy, right? So if a dude is very masculine, he got masculine elemental powers. Saying, you see that on both sides. remember these traits, and you could, like I said, watch the show, read the comic books, watch the movie and stuff. Stan Lee, he wrote this comic book back in the 60s. In the 60s, the programming was not as aggressive as it is now. It couldn't fuck up the structure as much because people had power back then. Remember, the more technology there is, the more power the oppressor has. The more natural things are, the more power the people have. And back then, the people had power. In the 60s, that was the last time that like people were like really in power. Also remember, in the 60s was when the first victim group really came out, which was the feminist movement. You see how this all ties together. Now, Stan Lee, he's a very powerful figure because he greatly used his God power. Remember, God has the power to create and destroy. You could create anything. God is unlimited and all that shit. What is our human power to create, destroy, and be unlimited and all that shit? Our imagination. So he used his imagination to do what? To create worlds. He created universes. He created characters. He created people. He created so fucking much. And out of what he created came books, TV shows, movies, so many things, characters came to life. So remember, God is always giving us subliminal messages. And he does it a lot of time through artists. You know, God's way of expressing himself to us subliminally. And it's up to us to dissect this art, to dissect it and get the message that's hidden inside the art. So comic books, cartoons and stuff like that or whatever, you could basically, like thousands of years from now, they'll kind of be like what Nordic and Greek mythology are to us now. So people years from now will be dissecting the Fantastic Four the way I am, to see and find the subliminal message in it, to see, oh, okay, this is what's masculine. Okay, this is what's feminine. Okay, this is how this works. This is how you can use this to defeat whatever the fuck, right? And they all work together. So remember, dissect what you watch and stay in guard of your mind, all right? It's your boy with the God. I'll catch y'all next time. One.